Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now December 10th of 2023, and given that Bob Iger has had the absolute worst year of all time at Disney, not just limited to the ongoing box office failures with Wish, The Marvels, Ant-Man 3, Indiana Jones 5, but the up and down roller coaster of the Disney stock, bad marketing moves, and let's not forget about everything happening with their multi-business model system. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also find me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, the thing about Elon Musk is that they view him as a big threat against Disney right now. Bob Iger, the board of directors, they are currently scrambling behind the scenes, and this is all due in part to the ongoing emergency meetings that have been taking place to fine-tune their marketing strategies, with many upcoming releases for 2025. One of the big ones, of course, for next year, actually, being Deadpool 3, which is going to be their saving grace for 2024, which, by the way, already has creative differences between Ryan Reynolds and the Disney heads, which already is a bad sign. But let's get into exactly what's going on between Elon Musk now and the Disney company. Now, we know that Disney and all their divisions have failed throughout 2023, one of the big ones being Walt Disney Animation Studios. Alright, we already know that they went through a big sweep at that division within Disney, a lot of which were fired and replaced in the process as a result of the Wish box office failure. And look, this is exactly why I keep on saying that Bob Iger is one of the worst CEOs out there, not just limited to Disney, but in general. I think he really is one of the top CEOs that lacks leadership skills. Now, however, on top of all of this, with the Elon Musk and Bob Iger situation only getting worse for Disney and their upcoming 2024 year, one major development has to do with Elon's recent actions against Disney that will continue to sink the company and expose it moving forward. Now, a significant update to this ongoing development is that Elon Musk is well into the planning stages of developing a dedicated video for his X platform that is about to go into new revelations surrounding Disney's DEI agenda that is going to put Bob Iger further in the hot seat. Now, the specifics of this revelation video that is in the works for the X platform is specifically designed to visually expose Disney and Bob Iger's agendas for the Disney company. Now, this is something that investors of X, like BlackRock, for example, are already very unhappy about, and it is creating tensions between the X platform and BlackRock. To make matters worse, for Bob Iger, Elon Musk is also planning to go on another major podcast apart from Joe Rogan. However, this podcast in particular is currently not known at this time. It is a podcast, however, that is reportedly affiliated with a mainstream media channel that Elon is already planning to become a guest on to expose Disney's agendas on this show specifically, and what Bob Iger plans to do between next year and 2026, which, by the way, is his contract end, and when he actually plans to step down. Now, this is already creating a scare for Disney, as the board of directors have held a recent emergency meeting about furthering their usage of damage control as a result of the call-outs by Elon Musk. Elon is said to have so much dirt on Disney and Bob Iger through Disney contacts that are said to be revealed on not just 2 podcasts, but several. As it turns out, the visual call-out that is being developed by X via Elon to call out Disney again is also set to expose their usage of tarnishing pop culture and how much damage DEI and ESG have caused, with multi-generation span of entertainment going down the drain. This is all a big push for 2024 by Elon to keep Disney in the hot seat, since it is going to be an empty year for them. And this, in turn, is causing the board of directors to rapidly rethink their strategy when it comes to how they will be marketing their 2025 lineup of films and television programs for streaming on Disney+. It is only going to get worse as time moves on, leading into them, of course, with the middle of next year for Bob Iger. Elon is also preparing to call out Iger's cost containment plan and will be exposing his bad business moves to the general public sometime in January, using the X platform to reach as many people as possible. Now guys, before I get to the next big bit about this, let me just say one thing, is that Disney is not going to have a good 2024 year. I can almost guarantee this, and We've gone over exactly what has been going on with all these emergency meetings that have been going on between the board and Bob Iger. It's not looking good. In fact, we brought this up 2 days ago, that the marketing of Deadpool 3 was drastically pulled back. I mean, they watered down the amount of funds going into the marketing of Deadpool 3, and this is another part of Bob Iger's nonsense cost containment plan. You would think, right, that you would want to market a movie that you believe is going to be the most successful one yet, but at the same exact time, Iger and his logic is about watering that down and reducing spending on marketing. Now look, that to me translates that they have no confidence in this film. That they know that there are some agendas in here that are not going to agree with a lot of other people that are used to Deadpool 1 and 2. And I think that we could all agree that Deadpool 1 is better than 2, at least that's what I think. But certainly 3 is not going to have the same spirit as the first film. Because after all, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's Disney, it's always going to have some level on any percentage, some actual status of nonsense thrown in there. And we already know that it has started between Ryan Reynolds and the Disney higher-ups. We have a lot more to talk about that, by the way. So moving on, alright, now on top of this, the tensions between X and Disney continue, and Elon has all eyes on Iger in a desperate move to get him fired and replaced with someone else. The Joe Rogan podcast is now set to air sometime within January of 2024 that will also expose Iger's fallout with marketing strategies for the many films and TV shows that failed in 2023, which is set to be a huge talking point for Elon Musk. Now again, I mean, it goes to show you that Bob Iger is clueless, lacks leadership skills, doesn't care about ramifications or any kind of consequences for that matter that he creates. And this is exactly why the board of directors are running around. They don't know what to do, and they are frightened about all these call-outs. This is exactly why Disney's damage control has been ramping up, especially with the Rachel Zegler Variety interview. It has a lot to do with everything about Disney getting thrown in the hot seat. We talked about this, how Disney's making a desperate move to make Rachel Zegler more, of a likable person on screen, as opposed to what she said about Snow White 37 and Andrew Burnap. They're trying to make people forget about that. The apology tour is beginning as we speak, and it's only going to continue for at least a year in change until Snow White 25 drops. So overall, I think it's very crucial at this point that Elon Musk keeps it up, keeps putting Disney at the center of attention, because he doesn't want to actually let Disney slip away out of the attention, right? He wants to keep them in the hot seat, keep people pretty much eyeballing them on what they're doing with DEI and ESG, and reaching others that may not be informed about that. And Elon, so far, is doing a pretty good job at that. Whether you love or hate the guy, you gotta admit, him really putting Disney in the hot seat is brilliant. So, anyway guys, drop a comment below, fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.